Yeah, very minimal, just like object detection for basic sort of like having the drone follow you, which is, kind of standard at this point. One of the more kind of cutting edge examples that we're working on, I sound like ChatGPT myself using the word cutting edge. I swear it wasn't hyphenated in the way I did that. So we are, if you've ever seen like a drone on a mapping mission, so you could set up a drone to basically, let's say, we've done it with Chick-fil-A quite a few times, so I'm going to use them as an example, where we were mapping out their facilities, where sending out a drone pilot. The drone is on an automated flight plan, basically flying swim lanes, going up and down the Chick-fil-A, automatically capturing photos. So for a Chick-fil-A site that's maybe an acre, half an acre, you get about 500 photos that are captured. You could stitch those together and create a one-to-one scale 3D model. And that's actually Google Maps. They use that exact same technology called photogrammetry, but instead of stitching together drone photos, which you can get on a lot more updated, higher resolution, more detailed basis, they're just stitching together satellite photos. So this is a little bit of a weave, tangent into answering your question. But part of our software platform is we're actually collecting all of these drone images to actually be able to update the satellite imagery of the world map to then make the navigation or even just the view of the world, more accessible, right? But then on top of that, beyond just like mapping out parts of the world, especially as drones become more internet connected, where that's like, why would I want a drone is most people's question. Why would I want an internet connection for my drone is then, the next question. But if you think about it from a consumer standpoint, you have a dog, a fenced in yard, your dog gets out of the fenced in yard. Now you could set your drone up on a mapping mission to automatically go map out your neighborhood, and then in the search bar, upload a photo of your dog, like a reverse image search, or even just type in dog, and then the drone will be taking photos all along that area, and anywhere it detects a match for whatever you search, in this case a dog, drops a pin on the map, and then like in a list view, also shows you like, hey, this is the photo where we saw the match, here on the map. Is this actually your dog? And it's like, hey, great, now I can actually go to that location and, pick up my dog, or, as it becomes, easier to operate, even then just tell drone, now that you've identified dog, follow dog, and, keep a track on it, right? So that's one example from the consumer use case, being able to do a real-time search, as I like to call it. Also thinking about that from like a law enforcement perspective, same exact technology, but now every law enforcement officer, they have a standard issue drone just like they do their cruiser or their handgun. Hey, we have an Amber Alert, we're looking for a gray Honda Accord, or a gray Honda Accord with specific license plate even. They send up their drone, have it map out automatically a 2 square mile or whatever radius around them, and they search gray Honda Accord, or upload a photo of gray Honda Accord, or gray Honda Accord with XYZ license plate. And now the drone's automatically doing that search, while they're maybe continuing the search on the ground. They're not having to be eyes down in the controller, manually looking through the drone's, camera view. And then, you take that same exact application, right, of doing a real-time search, apply it to a commercial industry like roofing, and now you can have roofing companies go map out a whole neighborhood of roofs, and instead of searching for, a people or a car, I'm searching for damage on roofs, right? And then it's setting pins all along, people's houses where there's roofing damage. And like my parents live in a neighborhood with an HOA, and there's an incentive or a deal for everyone in the neighborhood to get 10% off or whatever it is, the trash service, through Red Oak or whoever, right? Because it's a big bulk volume deal. I think the same will work out for a lot of roofing companies. Instead of going door to door, hey, can we inspect your roof? Legally speaking, right now, as long as the drone is within your field of view, you can go map out a whole neighborhood at a time and say, hey, anyone that has a problem with their roof in this neighborhood, they're just going to be able to get 10% off or, whatever, same sort of deal. So again, one use case of AI with drones, but, or one technology or, one platform that can be applied to many different use cases.
Well, my drone case is a very specialized one, may not be possible.